Okay, we are live. Let's find that stream. No.
Why has Mortal just messaged me?
He's watched these at Le Mans proper.
Can you change your nickname to Coach Gion, biggest McLaren fan?
There we go. Right. Welcome back, everyone. Last 2 hours, the last 29 laps of this 12-hour race is about to get going. Going to start the race so that we can get this outlap on the go. Starting on time as well, so we managed to catch up all that time we missed at the start because of Pyro.
Hey! It's true, but you didn't have to call me out like that.
So where we are, where does the ground lie? We got BX doing his 5th stint out of 6. He'll have done 9 of the 12 hours at the end of this. Leading us away with a 30-something second lead over Wacky, making his ALR debut for Aero GT. If you believe the hype, possible that he catches BX. Viking back in for Queen's Head, trying to bring their first, I'm pretty sure it's their first 12-hour podium that he's got a chance of getting here. Tracy Tell trying to recover for HR and try to get a podium for them. Then we got Alessandro making his first stint for NRG as an NRG driver as well. This is his ALR debut as an NRG driver, switching from ITM. Flash is joining again and hoping that he doesn't disconnect this time. He's back up in 6th place after a great drives from his teammates. Martin's double stinting, Astro's double stinting, Mo Gaffer's back for TBG. There's no Mew Mew for TBG in this one, so I think that was a little troll. Captain Eli trying to take a top 10 with a quite an unlikely top 10 for the team that only just squeezed into qualifying for this one. So really solid driving to get them into the top 10. Has to try and stay there because he's got some really fast drivers behind him. Oak, Project Platypus driver usually, he's in Queen's Head today. Matteo, who was setting blistering times in that last stint. Senor Fak, Tier 2 champion. Iggy, multiple Tier 1 champions. And Fluffy Boy, who had engine damage last time he was in this car a couple of hours ago, trying to redeem himself. So, a lot of fast guys outside the top 10, and then a lot of guys just inside the top 10, maybe not as quick, will be trying desperately to cling on to the advantage that they're going to enter this final 2 hours in. Nighttime racing this time around, so we'll be ending in the pitch black. Hopefully we get a little bit of rain, because we've only had a small bit of rain apart from the wet stint this whole time.
Welcome to GT, where rain does not really exist.
Yeah. Although, honestly, at this point in Spa and Suzuka, we'd had a lot more rain than this.
We also have we also have the first real test of Hurricane's assessment strategy, realistically, with this with the Canadian currently in 2nd. We know nothing about him. We know that it's going to be we know he passed whatever this test is, which is going to be an intriguing situation for everyone to find out.
Why is it even a secret? That's what I want to know.
I don't even know.
It can't be that good that it's like intellectual property. Come on.
Imagine.
It's just a test to see if he's quick. And obviously you think it's a very questionable test.
I just think it's funny it exists.
Okay.
I think it's funny that the existence of the test exists. Just quite honestly, just the idea of it. Maybe that's just me.
CTN9's already had their car draft today. Lucky them.
Meanwhile, I have in tier 3. I have had precisely 2 full-time
lists.
two full-time lists.
Bloody hell! So, are we going to have everyone falling back again like last time?
If Mike is to be believed, then yes.
Well, this was the team that was causing it last time. Is it shithousery? To be fair, he's only 3.6 back. Asador was way further back than that.
BX and the Canadian.
I know he's closing in.
Kids just very much going after each other. They're closing in, but there's not that much distance between that and the pit lane left.
Yeah, a lot more orderly though this time. So in they come.
Alright, and we are essentially off one last time.
So once again, BX leads us into the pits. He's going to get a really quick pit stop out of this one. Looks like he's probably going to stay on these mediums. I wonder how many stops you need to do in a 2-hour race. In the 1 hours, almost everyone, apart from Anonyma, was going to do the 2-stop. Until the rain came.
I could understand here a situation where BX decide to go for a potential 3-stop.
3-stop could work. 8:16,
depending on how much
24.
He wants on his tires.
Well, he has just fully think he might try and do maybe 2 mediums and 2 softs. Might be the best way to do it.
Maybe 2 mediums and a soft. Go somewhere in the region of 10 or 11.
Try and get 11 out of the mediums.
Yeah.
If you properly short shift. If anything could do it, the Super probably can. Wacky fueling up now.
Mediums to start with as well. We've got mediums for the entirety of the top 4. Alessandro and White, the only 2 in the top 8 on an alternate strategy.
So 35 seconds, pretty much the same as when the last stint ended.
Can someone start up Stint 5? A lot of things happened, but also not a lot of things happened in terms of the standings.
So, in a nutshell, AHR forgot to put in fuel in the first stop, so they're the only people that actually 2-stopped the 1-hour race. So they dropped from 2nd to 4th. FGR overtook Aero GT Emerald because Timgren was super quick, and Matteo did pretty good. Was setting a crazy lap time, so overtook Lost Tracking in his one. That's basically all that happened. Viking fully fueled, and away he goes. 1 minute 33 to catch BX on this final stint.
He's gonna to catch anyone catching BX on this final stint is going to require an absolute miracle. Either that or a lot of rain at the worst possible time for BX.
Yeah. Do you know what we haven't had? We haven't had someone accidentally start their pit stop straight away and have to wait on the side of the road for 5 minutes in this one. That's a first.
It's unusual, about to say, that's incredibly unusual.
It's only taken 4 endurance events for people to fully get it. Gonna make a snack. What are you making, Iggy? Oh no, you're driving. Well, actually, you've got enough time to make one. Yeah.
I feel like that was the point.
Yeah. It completely went over my head. So let's see how Waki's driving. If we're to believe the hype, he will be capable of at least 57s on the softs. On the mediums, what are we expecting? At least 59s?
Yeah.
Maybe 58s?
we'll see how close to the rest of the group he is, basically. If he can get himself into 59 on mediums, then they might actually have something.
NRG in this very noisy Mazda.
Looking very dead set for 5th at this point.
Yes. Barring a disaster. Fish still waiting. He's going to have to wait a little bit longer as well. Up to the 5 minutes, I think.
I love how you've absolutely managed to keep the fish thing going despite his name not even looking remotely like the word fish.
I don't subscribe to numbers in names. It looks like capital F, capital I. Ignore the 4 because why is that there? Lowercase s, capital H.
Hey, here's a different question. Why would it be a capital F and a capital H, and then just a lowercase on either side of that letter, on the either side of both? Of them?
Why alternate a capital and lowercase? A capital letter, a lowercase letter, a number, a lowercase letter, and a capital letter. Why? Anyway, here's Tracer Tell. Raced in the 12 hours before. He's got a nice name. You can easily say that. Sticks to letters.
You're gonna start a war on people with numbers in their names.
Honestly, it's not too much to ask for legible names.
Dictator Ross is coming back out. It's just to ban anybody with a number in their name.
Numbers at the end are fine. See, Alessandro, real name, and then a 7 at the end. Anyway, he's putting in his fuel now, ready to go. He's not got a huge gap ahead of Wide. Obviously, Tim Grid did a good job getting in front. Wide has put in a lot less fuel as well, so that gap's going to be fairly small. But Wide's timed it pretty nicely. He's come out behind Viking, and the FGR driver, whose name shall remain anonymous, will have to get move out the way at some point to let Viking lap him.
Oh god. Nah, I feel like if you can tell what it is, the numbers in the name doesn't sound like a bad idea. You need to make sure you have all your different usernames at that point. But yeah, Astro's on the track right now. He's 30 seconds off the back of Wide. Then Mo and Eli, the next two, out, both on different sets of tyres. I don't expect an awful lot of racing in this final couple of hours, if I'm completely honest with you. Most of everyone will be separated quite heavily by this point. But I do actually want to see this time, before without DCing, the actual pace of Flash in 6th. Yeah,
he did seem to have decent pace before the unfortunate mishap, but he was only just getting going. It was really early stages of a 3-hour race. So Rawiki now 39 seconds back, so he's already lost how much? I want to say 3 seconds potentially?
Something like that. Technically gained on what Keto had at the end of the last stint. Either way.
Oh, has he? Okay.
That gap was up over the 40 mark, but...
Oh, okay, so he's doing well then, ignore me.
He came out, he cut a lot of time off in the pits originally, so you are right still. But it's more the fact that he's technically, whilst he is losing time, he is still ahead of what Keto had him at.
Yeah.
So, a little bit convoluted. But still, nonetheless, we'll get to see what he can put up. 58.2 for the X to start with.
Okay. 58.2. Good start on the mediums as well. So what could Wacky do?
What is the response realistically as a result to this then?
The man who passed the rigorous Aero GT entry test.
The hat test. I do find it funny that if this turns out to be a thing, that Hurricane is just going to get slandered till the end of time. Honestly,
4 minute point 7.
The end of time anyway.
So that's 2.5 down on BX's time to start with. So at the moment, initial assessment of Rwicky's form is that BX is going to cruise to victory here. Let's see what Viking's first lap. He's got a bit of traffic though. Obviously, like we said, he came out in between these two and still is yet to put a lap on Flash, but Flash won't really want to move over too eagerly because Martin's not too far behind.
Exactly. He will like to have that buffer for as long as he possibly can. That way he can start to build a semblance of a gap, if nothing else. I also love how you almost forgot your entire sentence in the process of having to say Flash's name correctly.
I know, it pains me. Anyway, a 4 minute point 6 for Viking, so I do think he's losing a bit of time here. This is not really a good lap in terms of what you'd expect for Viking. So he needs to get past this FGR driver quickly.
Yeah, if anything, he's actually helping out wide here rather than doing anything else to help himself because he's just dragging wide along.
Yeah.
Is this the last stint? Yes, this is the final stint. This is the final 29 laps. Everyone goes to the end, and that will be it for the night. And this time I can say the night and actually be correct in both facets because we're on night track and it is starting to turn night time over in the real world as well. So.
I'll tell you what, Viking's losing ground here.
Flash is doing a nice little job, but unfortunately for Flash is that Viking is towing wide across.
And wide is the only one out of these three on the softs as well. So he needs to make haste.
Definitely does. The longer he sticks behind Viking, the better this is for the FGR driver in 6th place.
Oh, he's going for it.
He's going for that. I'm about to say he's definitely going to go for
Fish is
this.
for some reason giving him the slipstream and not Viking.
That's a choice.
That is a choice.
That is a choice. I'm not sure it's the choice I'd be making.
And now Viking's just backing out. But now Wide has to go for it against Flash, for fuck's sake, into the next hairpin.
Oh, he's made a mistake. Flash has gone a little bit wide. A little bit awkward on exit. And this will allow for Wide
and
to
it's a
take
half
advantage
second.
of it.
Great start here for Wide. He's going to get ahead and he's going to maintain that lead with the half second. And there's going to be a Viking dog in between the two of them as well. And Wide's on the soft, so he can try and drive away and create a big gap.
Wide took advantage of Flash going wide on the exit of that chicane.
No one's used hards, no.
No, there's no one that will ever use hards in these races at any point ever for any
Hulk used hards in Daytona for V-Crap.
Yeah, but he didn't count. Also, there's one for Spa spin, but that was so hilariously bad that I slandered it for 3 hours.
That's true, that's true.
So yeah, no, they do exist, but why? Quite frankly, why would you do that?
So let's look at the rest of the drivers. We've got Matteo out. He's got a second penalty already. We've got Senor Fak out 6 seconds behind him, trying to catch him up before the end. Iggy with 2 minutes and 15 to try and catch Senor Fak, but 19 ahead of Fluffy Butt. The pressure is on to see what kind of magic Iggy can pull out of his arse here.
And by magic, I think he needs to do a rain dance of 15.
He needs to find. He needs to find 2 seconds a lap on Senor Fak at least. He needs some. He needs some drivers to absolutely crumble.
Chief, what maths are you doing that would allow 2 seconds a lap quicker for Iggy to catch Senor Fak in the last 29 laps?
4 seconds a lap. 4 seconds a lap.
That's
4 seconds a lap. Okay, 5 seconds a lap. 5 laps.
Because 4 seconds a lap is only what 119 seconds, which is still less than 2 minutes.
The second hot laps, BX set the fastest lap of the race at 57.4 so far, compared to a 4-minute 0.4, which is 3 full seconds slower than BX.
Yeah, it's not an impressive start. I'll say that much.
Viking, this will be his first real lap in clear air, but his last lap was another improvement at 59.9. And then Tracer's lapping in the 4:01, so a little bit off pace for Tracer. Alessandro in the 59s. Yeah, he's in the same camp as Ruiki. Alessandro, not out of the question for him to catch Tracer on this stint. 44-second gap. Seems to have at least a couple of seconds on him.
He does, yeah. 59.2 on the stint at the moment. You'd expect that Alessandro's only going to get quicker. This is his first set of laps, and he is coming fresh off a football tournament, so it's not like he's been practicing for the last 6 hours. So you would expect him to gradually get quicker.
Yeah. 57 for wide on his soft tyres, so he's absolutely on fire. He's already dropped Flash by 4.6, who is lapping in the 4:02s. But he did have to have a bit of fighting with both Viking and Wide there, so probably not representative of his real pace. 4-minute flats for Astro's pretty decent in that dog of a car that they chose to drive, the SLS.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they've elected to make themselves go through 12 hours of this in that car.
Yeah. I think they genuinely weren't sure about if they were going to qualify or not.
It's certainly one of the choices of all time.
Tell you what was a choice. Mo Gaffer's first flying lap of 4:09 on soft tyres. That is,
Eesh.
Yeah, it's a bit rough. Eli, 4:11 was his first lap on soft tyres. So what's going on?
Are they okay?
Oak is 4-minute flat, so he's caught massively to the 2 in front. And then Matteo is just about to set his first flying lap. I'm expecting this to be probably a 58.
There's no ring to excuse anything for Oak this time, so he's not going to lose 3 minutes randomly. It's 4 minutes for Matteo.
Flat. And Fac's first lap's going to be a 4-minute flat as well.
Slower.
So I guess Oak versus Captain Eli is going to be the interesting one. Oak having some really good form, and Eli, I wish that we found what was going on between Eli and Mo. Maybe they were fighting and they both went off, but neither of them have damage.
They both just...
They could have just both had big
lost
mistakes.
10 seconds apiece.
Yeah.
It's an interesting tactic to go with when you're currently trying to defend a top 10.
Fluffy Boat got a half second. His job is to try and find a miracle and not finish last for his team. Ooh.
It's not going to happen while he's
in the gravel.
Just off the pace like that, yeah.
So lap number 3 for BX Rollers, another fastest lap for him on the mediums, another fast lap, 56.9, and he's going quicker again on this lap. Definitely
56.9 on the mediums is absolutely ridiculous, by the way.
It's just stupid, isn't it? Just needs to get in the
bin. That's most people's... That time on the mediums, for reference, was quicker than anybody's fastest lap in the 3-hour stint.
Yeah.
At all. That's not a. Oh, look at the medium tires. Look at a.
There is a lovely tailwind for them, helping with the speed this time. Most of this race has had a headwind, but still it is incredibly quick. But not a lot of people are really matching that. Rowicki's fastest lap isn't even in the 3 minutes.
He is very slowly increasing his fastest lap though, as Rowicki.
Yeah.
It's a work in progress by the looks of things. Keeps getting about 2 or 3 times better every lap, which admittedly could be worse.
Viking's best lap in the same car is about 2 seconds worse than BX. Tracer's really not found his way into the 4-minute flats yet. At least he's consistent though. Alessandro, honestly, now he's done a 58.6. I really think Alessandro's going to catch Tell before the end.
He's certainly going to give it a good go if he's not.
I really think he can. Alessandro is on a run, by the way, of 4 podiums in a row in Tier 1, which is a very difficult to achieve. If he gets another podium in his next Tier 1 race, he'll be on the Hall of Fame for most podiums in a row in Tier 1.
Damn.
Yeah.
Jesus, there's not a small feat then. And of course Tier 1 just got substantially harder, so if he does continue that on, it will well and truly be a well-earned reward and nothing else.
Yeah.
If nothing else.
Definitely. Especially nowadays, it's difficult to string that kind of result together. Before, it was fairly easy for the really fast guys to just get top step at the podium week after week. We don't live in those times anymore.
I haven't lived in those times for about 10 seasons.
I know, right?
It's been a long time since the... well, if anyone was looking back at like season 8 and now they'd call it a Farmers League.
Yes.
That's the kind of... the argument you get. It's very difficult to string that kind of run of results in any of the tiers at this point.
So his first lap in the 59s on the mediums, fairly decent start. Pretty much the same as Senor Fak, just 0.3 quicker.
It's going to be a very long couple hours to Floppy by the back.
Yes, I think so. And he keeps getting these half seconds as well. Just bringing the car home. Now the question is, how big is BX's lead going to be at the end of this stint?
They're going to somehow win by over a minute, and everyone's going to forget what should have been an absolutely generational choke.
I just need to check something. Nope, not that.
What are you needing to check?
I'm checking the old Spa 12-hour results.
He's currently purple again, BX. 56.9 was his best lap. He's actually looking to improve on that on a medium tyre. Mid 56 would be absolutely ludicrous.
Okay, every single 12-hour race has been won by this car, Aero GT Purple. They found themselves in second. Project Platypus have never won a 12-hour race here. No one else, actually, has won a 12-hour race in Aero League racing. So BX has the opportunity here to be the first person outside of Aero GT to actually get this win, alongside Perry, of course.
It would take something special right now for this not to be the case.
And really, the difference between these two was Stint 1. What was the gap at the end of Stint 1? Let me double check.
Well, at the end of the day, they were 11th. Aero GT Purple were 11th.
Down in 11th.
BX was leading the race, which was a complete flip from the actual start as well. Sakana got killed a couple of times in the process, and got damaged, and it was all unraveling early. But even then, they still have opportunities somehow from all the way back there. The notable one in the rain that well and truly passed them by, and I said at the time that they weren't going to get a better opportunity than that, and they were damn right. And BX has put this one to bed in the dry as soon as he got the chance to.
Guess what the gap was? 51 seconds. What's the gap right now? 51 seconds.
Oh.
That's...
Oh. Fine margins. I'd say fine margins. Like 51 seconds is a fine margin. Also, look at that. 55.
The initial lineup for Aero GT, purple, was going to be Keto, AstroStream, and Iggy. If they'd have stuck to that, I think that they'd have won again. That's what I'm putting out there. Iggy's shown really good pace. He's just beating himself up because he thinks he's washed nowadays, but he's still got better pace than some of these new guys that are coming in quite clearly. He's what, at least 2 seconds a lap quicker than Wacky right now.
Yeah.
And the consistency obviously has to be taken into account when you're racing in these kinds of races.
It's interesting because obviously that 51-second gap came from two instances from for Sakana, and he wasn't at fault for either of them.
Yeah, but apparently he was laggy as well, so...
I mean, he was, but at the same time, the first one definitely ain't his fault. No dispute in that.
Also was saved by the rain at the end, because he was going to have to make an extra pit stop compared to everyone else.
Yeah. It'll be well and truly one of those that looks back and they wish they could have that first stint back. They probably wish they could have the rain stint back as well. Especially the second half of it. I just personally don't think that they ever looked like they were making the right decision in that one.
No, I think it was lost in the team selection, personally. Right, here we go. Oak has caught up to Captain Eli now. This is where the battle for P10 is going to start getting interesting. Mediums versus soft tires. Eli going really deep there.
You're getting a little bit squirrely on the exit as well, for good measure.
Supra versus Viper. Viper still has the Supra on the top end, but with the slipstream, might be a different story.
The real question is it a 0.3 of a second difference of a different story, though? I don't think it is. Definitely doesn't look like it anyway, and
here he
gonna
goes.
Try this! He's gonna try it regardless! And he's gonna drive almost through Eli in the process, and I'm not entirely sure how he's avoided Eli.
That was good driving to actually avoid an incident there, though. That is the easiest corner on the track to have an accident. Seen it happen hundreds of times. Happened to me this season, got killed there. Well, let's not talk about it. The guy ended up winning the bloody championship and I didn't report it, but he did wait for me, so I couldn't even be mad at him. Anyway, that's besides the point. Really easy to crash there.
Is clearly not mad.
Still not salty about it 2 months later.
Yeah, I'd say definitely not mad about it. That definitely isn't the case at all. Eli's going to be able to hang on another lap then.
Eli's opened the stewards report form. He's got it open on his laptop next to his gaming chair. I've had 2 DMs about submitting reports today, actually. Oh, he's putting loads of pressure on Eli right now.
Might be the most composed I've seen Oak drive
ever.
Yeah, full stop. I ain't gonna lie. You wouldn't even look at this and go, this is the same guy that drove 2 hours, about 2 hours ago in the rain. When that guy did that, that guy had no composure.
No! How? Is he on pad? Because that looked like pad hacks to me.
Jesus Christ. That is very, very questionable there from Oak in terms of trying to stay alive, but...
Look at this though, he lost 3 seconds on that last lap after he caught Eli.
Yeah, well, I don't think he's going to be in such a struggle this time, purely because he's just going to go straight past Eli on the straights here.
Yeah, he's got the run.
Any sort of defense from Eli. Maybe into the first chicane he might, but he won't later on. He's actually never even mind. Oak is going to go for this into the first chicane. Gets alongside. Eli is going to have to yield that position. Never looked like he was ever going to turn in time. And yeah. Oak will just drive on by. Going to snatch that 10th. Going to snatch that top 10 from the team that qualified in last position.
For now, that if anything, this Viper has 2 more straights to get past Oak, so it's not over yet. Oh, he's got to make the corner though. He's really on the edge here. Made it though.
The problem for Eli is that that blue flag right behind him is a car very much on the back of him.
And it's BX as well. Well, you know what? If you're Eli, you have to try and use this to your advantage. Let BX overtake you at a time when you're not losing much time, and try and follow BX through when Oak has to...
Oh, just a... Oh, Jesus, both of them.
Yeah.
Not getting on the exit at all there. That was a sketchy at best. And well, you were saying that Eli's going to have to let BX go at a point where it's not going to cost Eli time. Well, this might be the perfect time. Otherwise, he's going to try this in the Porsche car, so you were going to lose a ton of time.
We just saw White come in and out of the pits. He's rejoined in 8th place after his fairly short soft stint.
Eli deep again.
Yeah, it's hard. That corner.
Just let him go.
That corner's hard in the Viper to take.
And he is just going to let BX go.
There we are. Well, he's the problem is he should have let BX pass a little bit earlier.
Yeah,
and because now he's just going to lose BX in the tight and twisty section. So Wide rejoins on fresh softs, 2 seconds behind Astro. Quite a short first stint though, so maybe he's going to find himself doing an extra pit stop to some of these people. Let's see, is it even worth looking at TV view, or is it too dark? It's not really worth it, is it? See any more battles going on? Eli 1.9 behind Oak.
Oak has just started to drive off straight away.
Yep, Oak has let BX through as well.
I don't.
No, he hasn't. Sorry, no. I'm looking at the wrong drivers.
I'm looking at a pink car out front there. He definitely hasn't.
Let's do some lap time comparison. So fastest lap for Fluffy Butt on the mediums, 4:02. Iggy's in the 58s, doing pretty decent on the mediums. 59s for Senor Fak. But he's not catching Matteo, who's doing 57s, which is insane.
Meanwhile, also what we've come to expect from him at this point as well.
He can finish in the top 10. He's only 35 behind Captain Eli, and also Oak isn't too far ahead. Oak's managed to get 157, but apart from that, lap times are inconsistent. Mo Gaffer, 4s and 401s, but only 10 seconds ahead of Oak as well. So even P9's probably up for grabs for some people.
Oh yeah, definitely. But it's just a case of how many lap times can you get together in a row.
That's it. It's the consistency.
Of the session.
And it's probably someone needs to go into a wall at some point.
Yeah, that probably also might be the case.
We've seen a distinct lack of wall collisions today.
I mean, that is true. That is true, but also Le Mans is not exactly a close-knit track.
It's not, unfortunately. Although that left wall right there is where Anonymous crashed into in qualifying. So I was hoping to see a couple of crashes there. I mean, I'm just used to commentate. I've commentated bottom tier and tier 4 white this season, so I'm used to seeing loads of crashes. Even before the first corner, I've seen multiple pile-ups. So this is really clean driving for me. Not accustomed to it.
Whole different level at this level of the ball game, that's a certain.
Well, especially when after the first stint everyone's so spread out as well. We should have a 12-hour race with only bottom tier drivers.
Ross is, I believe Ross is now called a masochist. That's absolutely psycho behaviour.
That would be very entertaining.
Entertaining to watch?
Why do you think Formula 3 is more entertaining than Formula 1? The cars flying everywhere. I did love every second of Tier 6 comms last season. It was very entertaining to do. I'm glad that I did it. Although, you know what was really annoying? People that don't do well suddenly having a really good race, and then they get a 3-second penalty because they go into the pit lane, and then their whole race crumbles because they serve the penalty and then start crashing all over the place for the whole second stint. That happened quite often.
That's usually the case in terms of losing your head, though, isn't it? It's composure.
Yeah.
The different levels. When you're at the top, you're able to. You've seen these mistakes 1,000 times before, so you're able to shift them off. But when you're maybe new to the game, or don't have the pace, or don't have the win record, those mistakes are amplified by orders of magnitude. I should know.
It's personally just love an underdog story, and then all of a sudden they're making all these mistakes. Then it's just like the same people winning again because they're the ones that are just, the consistent ones. But I guess that's all you need. That's all you need to get out of bottom tier, just the consistency.
Admittedly, it's probably all you need in most tiers. It's realistically only tier 1 and tier 2 that you actually need the pace to go alongside with it, because everyone's consistent, so you'd actually need to be quick with the consistency.
If you're in one little incident, you're outside the top 10 and there's no way back. Anyway, here comes Martin trying to get P7 back.
Double back!
Yeah. And he's dummied Astro into a mistake there as well.
A double on back there from wide, looking for a move on Astro. Astro somehow has a better car in a straight line.
Yeah, that's the strength of the SLS. The one good thing.
Surviving. Wide getting a really nice entrance into that corner, and the exit to go with it. Look at that! Look at that! That is a driver who learns how to pick his spot. Knew what he was going for before he even tried it. One of those you've seen 1,000 times in your head, but some people struggle to execute that. That was executed flawlessly.
Now Astro's just given up and is just giving him bump drafts until he serves his penalty. He's like, just take it. Just have the bloody position. So what's happening in the battle for P9? Got Oak now in 9th. Eli is in 10th. Mo has just come out of the pit, so he's rejoined in 11th, just 1 second ahead of Matteo, who is coming in soon, so he's probably not going to catch him before the pit lane. Although he's still got this whole lap to try and catch him, so maybe he will. Let's stick with this.
Definitely get in the situation here. It'd be a far quicker driver, 56.9 on a medium tyre, by the way. Yeah, he's quite literally rivaling the X.
Definitely is, yeah. Well, you know what?
If he hadn't made that comedy of errors in the first stint, it would have been very interesting to see him go up against them.
This Slipstream Legends team obviously split the drivers evenly to try and get both of the teams and everyone to be racing, which obviously is a good thing. But you can't help but think, if they had all of the top drivers in the one team, they could be on the podium right now.
Yeah. Quite frankly, all those top drivers together, I think you'd be more looking at them fighting for actual race wins.
If I was Epsilon organising this for next time, I'd just stick one fast guy on the slower team, so to speak, if you want to make sure that they qualify, and then front load the top team to try and see what they could do when they're all together.
You have to at least try once, don't you?
Because
if it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
Now, at this point, you're not going to get anyone in the top 10, unfortunately, like either of the teams. Whereas, you know, I really think they could have had at least a top 5.
Yeah.
There's no reason why, you know, the fastest drivers out of the two teams combined wouldn't be on the lead lap right now.
Quantity over quality didn't work. No shit.
Yeah, but well, it did though, because at least everyone got to race for your team that you wanted to. But I don't know. I qualified 7th, and I'm not that quick. So like, I don't think it was necessary to put like super quick guys on both the teams.
I just think that they're the reason why quality over quantity is a saying.
Yes.
There is a reason why that verbiage exists.
Next time you might have 3 teams, 2 of them fast enough for a podium. Doubt. Maybe 1 team fast enough for a podium. But if you spread, like, obviously, just no. I just disagree.
I'm about to say lessons learned here. If you're going to spread them, then you'll probably see 3 and outside the
I think you need an A
maybe.
team, a B team, and a C team, not 2 A teams and a B team. Anyway, in comes Eli. Also, in comes BX off of his medium, so he's probably doing 2 softs for the rest. Yeah.
If he's going to try 9, yeah.
Well, he's done 8 for the whole thing, unless he does 10 and 8 on the mediums and softs.
Probably more likely. I don't know how much BX wants to test things, to be honest with you.
Leader ran out of fuel. He did as well, because look how much the time's gone down from...
just 6 or 7 seconds, yeah. The problem is, it's too little, too late. He's going to have to do that a few more times over.
I think that was 15 seconds, you know. I need to go back. It was. The gap was 60 seconds. And it went down to 45.
Damn. It is 10 and 8, by the way, for BX. Another medium tyre going on for the 10 laps. And then you've got 8 laps on the soft that he will do afterwards, which is his regular stint length.
Damn.
We'll see. So BX, again, BX has made a decent number of mistakes in this 12-hour race and had not been punished for any of them.
Yeah, 100%. So he's out on the mediums again, so he is going to probably do a 10 and an 8 instead. Rowicki's probably doing the same.
Yeah, I would be inclined to agree.
Anyone else in the pits? No one at the back. Mattheo's come out in some nice clear air on mediums as well. Everyone's doing the same strategy here. Medium, medium, soft by the looks of it. Senor Fak is only 1 second behind Eli, is that right?
Yeah.
Eli has made his pit stop and Fak hasn't.
That'll turn into about 45 seconds behind then. Which will take him right back behind Matteo all over again. Matteo 25 seconds off the back of this, 26 seconds off the back of Eli. It isn't impossible, you know, with the way that Matteo has been driving.
No, I agree. Top 10's definitely on the cards. All he has to do is find a pit stop on these people.
You say that like that's not ridiculous. That's not a lot of time.
Not for him. I don't think it is. He's already made his pit stop as well, so he's got an undercut on Eli, so he's going to be even further ahead of him. Mo's made his stop, but he's got on softs, so he's trying something a little bit different to everyone else.
Oh, Eli just about keeping it together. Definitely playing with it hard and fast a little bit here is Eli.
He is. He's trying to nurse these... Oh no, he's out on fresh mediums, never mind. He's trying to get used to the mediums, maybe get them up to temperature.
You know, Senor Fat's coming in at the end of this lap. We'll put him back behind Matthew. Far too far ahead of Iggy for that to really matter, so you'll have to find 20 seconds on Matthew, and good luck with that. I think Senor Fat is going to be routed to 13th.
Potentially. Oaken as well. And so is Fak, as expected. So Matthew's going to overtake him for sure.
Yeah, and then we'll probably put about 20 seconds on him as well. On that note.
Oh, look at that power slide. So up into 12th, and he's got 24 seconds to try and catch for Eli, and 32 to try and catch Oak.
I don't know if the Oak one's realistic. Eli, if he keeps, especially if he keeps getting the penalties, will make life a little bit easier for Matthew going forward.
Also 42 to catch Mo.
You're kind of pushing it a little bit at this point.
Yeah.
42 seconds is a long time. There's an entire pit stop to catch up on one stint.
Flash carrying on again. So going really long.
Interesting to have enough fuel. I don't know how much. I don't know if he's going to have enough fuel to get to the end of the lap. That's the real question.
He is short shifting. I don't know what his plan is for strategies, because he's still going to have to two-stop anyway.
Probably 9 and 8 if he's going to do this length of time on a medium.
Yeah. Astro in wide up to 7th again. 15 seconds behind Flash.
Don't forget that everyone up to top 5 has been lapped.
That is true. Oh, check on Tracer versus Alessandro, by the way. Alessandro out on fresh mediums. Tracer pitting a couple laps earlier. The gap's down to 23 seconds now. Iggy is probably going to unlap himself from Tracer pretty quickly.
Yeah, Tracer's not really putting much together, and I do have to feel somewhat sorry for
Iggy's got front bumper damage.
Oh, he has. He has, and he's about to pit.
He's about to pit anyway. But that's a bit annoying. So I wonder what happened there.
I don't know, but the gap is now 2 minutes 43 back to Senor Fat.
Yeah, bit of an error.
And only 30 seconds up on Floppy, but it's...
Yeah, he's definitely lost a lot of time there. He did a 4-minute 12 on lap 7, so that must have been when it happened. And then he's been setting a 406 and a 404 because of the damage, obviously. So he's lost about 30 seconds because of that.
Yes.
Especially when you factor in the time to fix the damage. Oh dear.
It's actually going to set him behind Fluffy Butt.
No, Fluffy's coming in that lap as well.
Ah, right. Actually, no, they was on for a pit stop as well.
If he does it again, he'll be behind Fluffy Butt. That is unfortunate for Team Blue.
Slowly but surely, Wacky is starting to find his pace, by the way. 59.4 is his fastest lap on the median. Still a significantly long way off what BX has done on that medium tyre, though.
Who would be in the McLaren F1? Oh, they were going to use the McLaren F1. Yes, no, they wouldn't have qualified in the McLaren F1. Even here, it's just too bad. It's an irredeemable car, unfortunately.
Yeah, pretty much every facet.
Alessandro's gained another 3 seconds on Trace since we last looked at that one. And Wide is really closing in on P6 now. He's really on one. I think Flash is struggling massively for fuel.
Just about going to get to the end here without having to put anything to it. Is
well, let's
Flash.
see if he actually runs out. I think he won't run out. He's still got a tiny bit of a red gauge.
Yeah, not
but Wide is now
yet,
only 6 seconds back. So he's almost a pit stop up on Flash.
That'll do for Emerald, Aero GT Emerald then.
Yeah.
They look to get themselves into the top 6 properly.
Here he is.
Obviously going to end as the second highest Aero GT team behind the Purples that are currently in second place.
This will be the first time that Emerald beats any of the other Aero teams as well.
Admittedly, Blues had a day. It has been one of the days that have existed for that team.
Wacky has to fuel save a lot to match BX's strat. Yeah, that's the downside of the Vantage. I was a bit confused at why it was so popular in the Aero chat.
Certainly popular here. Here's probably, as we said before, the only track I would probably
and Daytona as
go
well.
Against. Yeah, it's probably those kind of tracks the only ones that I'd actively choose against the Aston Martin. Like, for example, when we go to the Nord at the end of next season, I expect that to be heavily Aston Martin favoured.
What about Porsche, the new Porsche though?
I'd about to say the only one that I would take outside of the Porsche, outside of the Aston, is the Porsche. I would be not at all surprised if people chose either or.
The M6 is meant to be super strong there as well.
There ain't going to be a single person that actively chooses the M6.
Don't you think?
No way. Not a million years. Not in a million years. I implore you to go just look at look at Bop at the moment when it comes to the M6. Not in a million years does anyone choosing the M6 over the Porsche, really, or over Aston, over the Vantage and with downforce. That nobody in their right mind would.
Also, I was thinking, by the way, of the qualifying for the Nürburgring. People are only going to have time for 2 flying laps, even with the extended 20-minute qualifying.
Yeah.
So I think that's a guarantee for some shock non-qualifiers.
Yeah, potentially. Definitely potentially. But the problem is there's also such a long lap that as long as you don't get a late penalty, those that are expected to be quick should still be extremely quick.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously that exists. The existence of that late penalty, or the chance of that late penalty, obviously does happen.
296.
Penalty,
that could be another one. Yeah, the 296 could be another one at the Nordschleife.
I don't know.
People love it. You might not. The people love it.
I actually do love the 296. I actually have driven that car far too much to count the last couple of weeks.
Oh, so it's on your list for the season, is it? Okay, interesting.
But at the same time...
I hope it is so that you're easy to overtake in every sprint race.
But at the same time, daily races are not something you should take take a look at in regards to doing these endurance races. That is foolish. Honestly,
I've been saying this in the Lost Tracking Discord when we were talking about good cars to use for this and for that. And the argument comes up a lot. Oh, this car's really good in the daily races. But the thing you have to remember about daily races is every Tom, Dick and Harry uses 2 cars for the daily race. No one else uses any of the other cars. So how is anyone really going to know if other cars are meta there? Because people will not use anything other than a Porsche or a Ferrari. Daily race people are the basic bitches of GT7. They can't be trusted.
The problem is when you get, it's not even with that, but with the daily races idea, and even the Manu exhibition, which is what Wacky's actually talking about. It doesn't use downforce. It doesn't use the change in downforce. So for esports and
yeah, that's true.
Series like this, it's pointless, utterly pointless. It doesn't use the change in downforce, so it's not a valuable source of information. It tells you the base use of the car, in which if this was Monday, sure. If this was a Monday series, valid, perfectly valid information to use, but it's not. These kind of races are not daily races, or manual exhibitions, so it's not going to work. Like the 296, for example, great at the Nordschleife, bopped with no ability to change anything.
And it's an MR, so you can't even with bop with downforce applied, like it doesn't improve by that much compared to an FR car, especially at Aston.
Yeah, the Aston has its worst downforce setting on by default, which it's baffling to me, by the way. I've never understood that one. But it's a choice is a choice, I guess. I'll take a penalty there for BX. Whereas, like, when you put downforce on it, it immediately becomes the best car in the game.
Yeah, that's just so wild as well. The fact that, like, it's so bad no one ever even picks it for Monday League, and then it's banned just because of one little thing that you could change.
It's not still somewhat useful. It tells you the existence of a car's base pace, which I guess if you're looking to start to pick a car, sure, I can understand that. It gives you a base idea of what you should be, the ballpark in what you should be in, but it doesn't tell you how downforce affects a car or how much quicker it's going to be with downforce. So it's not helpful pretty much at all.
Mm-hmm.
You actually have to put the work in yourself to figure out whether or not it actually will be good. You're not going to get the daily races or the manual exhibitions to tell you that a car is really good with downforce. It's not how that works.
Oh.
Yeah, that's another second penalty for Matthew. You could, see. And he lost control of the car on the way into the chicane then.
Still, he's 4 seconds a lot quicker than Eli at the moment, so I think it's only a matter of time before he goes into 11th. And then Eli's 17 behind Oak. Oak is doing a lot better. He's in the 58s and 59s on this stint. And catching up to Mo, who's in the 4-minute flats. So everyone is starting to come together a little bit in P9 and down.
Just trying to get themselves fighting for the last couple of spots in the top 10.
Yeah. So who's the closest? At the moment, I think Wide is the closest to catching Flash, who's now under 4 seconds ahead. Slightly more worn soft tyres as well.
We'll get a fairly interesting battle yet, sooner rather than later, before the pit stops start to come back in. 4 seconds, still a fairly decent gap for Flash at the moment. 5 seconds now. Still a fairly decent gap to defend in this situation.
So what is Flash's lap times look like? So his fastest lap so far has been just now a 56.2.
Fastest lap of the entire stint.
Yeah. Okay.
I was about to say,
He's
I
woke
feel like
up now.
he just missed that.
He's just woke up. Well, yeah, because it flashed in red on the right, so I was thinking, oh, is that like not a real lap? Obviously it is, because it's showing us his actual fastest lap. Okay. So maybe Wide won't be able to catch up to him then.
No, Wide has just been, well, Flash has just put in some electric pace there and got up to 5.25 seconds in advantage.
The difference in lap times between his first soft lap and his whole medium stint earlier is quite stark, actually. He's over 3.3 seconds quicker on the softs. I'm used to seeing a difference of maybe like 2 seconds between the softs and the mediums. So he's just locked in.
Yeah, he's very much got himself running on the soft tyre. It's something he very clearly likes to use, and he's already purple again on this lap. So we'll see if he can keep that up going through the next couple of sectors. But he is going to prove himself to be a little bit of a problem for the Swede, if he can, albeit that looked a little bit scruffy. It's reflected by the lap time, almost a 10th down. But he is still gapping Wide quite heavily on each corner.
He is. So we're not going to see a fight for position there anytime soon. Oak, meanwhile, catching Mo pretty quickly, gap down to now 6 seconds. Mo's on fairly worn soft tyres. He's not going to stay out for too much longer.
Eli 17.5 seconds off the back of that.
Yeah. And Mattheo's still 11 off the back of that, so he's not catching up. Probably before Oak catches Mo. Power sliding through turn 1, turn 2, turn 3 actually.
A little bit miscontrolled by Oak, but that was savable, and will continue to drop the time to Mo in front of him. It was 6, it's now 5. An entire second come off the clock straight away. Definitely has a lot of pace to him, Oak. He's looking to try and snatch that 9th place off of TBG.
Not a bad result for TBG, considering they didn't have 2 pretty quick drivers. Although they did adopt quite a new quick one. That Matai is probably being the star of the show.
Definitely helped them out a little bit on the way through.
Oak has softs to run. Okay.
Does Mo have damage? Or something of that nature?
No, his tyres are not past their best, but it's just a difference in skill at this point.
I was about to say he's dropping time like it's going out of fashion.
Where would you put Oak if he was in Monday League? Tier 1 or Tier 2? It's probably not got the consistency for 1, right?
I would well and truly implore you to go look at BX for a little bit of second and tell me why you would send Oak to get slaughtered.
Well,
I don't know why you would do that. That would be...
That's what we're doing with this guy this season.
Yeah, but that's what we have to do because he's won a title.
That's true. That's true.
That is, by rule, he has to go there, otherwise he wouldn't be there either. There would be no world Senor Fak would be a Tier 1 driver if he wasn't champion.
Hey, you never know, he might prove himself.
He might. He might.
Perry and Kellen proved us wrong this season.
Perry's one of those drivers we always knew had actually got pace if he actually put in effort.
Jack's just said I put Arukas in tier 3 again. I didn't want to. I didn't want him in our tier, but the problem is only one driver got promoted because about 5 or 6 drivers from tier 1 got demoted to tier 2, and there's all the tier 2 drivers to think about as well, so there's just no space. There was no one that deserved to be in tier 3 more than him.
If I was being honest, when we were talking about Oak, my question would have been tier 2 or tier 3, not tier 1 or tier 2.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I'm looking at Oak.
Do you think he's more of an Arukas type then?
If Arukas didn't have 1 lap pace, yeah.
Oh, damn.
I don't think Oak is that good. I don't. I personally, I've seen him for a while now, and I've watched him on Project Platypus, and I think he's, especially on the teams anyway, an anchor rather than anything, like, more often than not. Obviously,
Mo's come in, so we're not going to see a battle for position here. Iggy's come in again, early. He's just coming in for some, maybe to try and get the fastest lap, actually.
Oak would probably beat me in a 1v1. What you guys failed to realize is I'm not that quick. I just exist.
The thing is, the thing is though, consistency never gets thought about by people when they're thinking about like tier placements. They don't think about consistency as much as we have to, because there's people in tier 5, tier 6 that are probably quicker over 1 lap than us. The problem is, you know, not to blow our own trumpets, but because we're experienced, we know how to bring the car home and avoid accidents and take advantage of opportunities and think about strategies a lot better than other people, and that's why we're in the like a higher tier. If it was on pace, I don't think I'd be in tier 3.
I certainly
1 lap pace.
I certainly wouldn't be. If you were looking at 1 lap pace, you'd go and look at qualifying, and I don't even think I'd be outside of tier 6. I ain't gonna lie, abysmal qualifier. My 1 lap pace in terms of a 1 lap qualifying would be an atrocity to a tier 3 driver, to be completely honest with you.
Tier 8 for Pyro. I wouldn't give him that opportunity to win races.
I'm not allowed to win races. That's...
Oh, come on, you've had the best car in the game for 2 seasons in a row now.
I have won a race in said car, thank you very much.
Yeah,
calm down.
Out of, what, 32 attempts?
I have won 1. I have had a podium, I think it's like 6 or 7 times. And the other one, I was so heavily outclassed for the tier that I didn't... The car kept me in the tier. Well, close enough to the tier, anyway.
So Mattheo's last lap was a 3:57. Eli's in the 59s right now, so he's doing pretty decently. He's found his pace in the on the mediums now.
He absolutely has, yeah.
So he stopped Matteo from catching too quickly anyway. Jack
also brings up a good point. I'm not allowed to actually win a race, because if I do, the world ends.
Is who quick, Peckish? You've mentioned 2 names there. Brutus. Well, Pyro would know better. He got a podium in tier 2 in Atlanta, so I think if he avoids going off the track, he could potentially win a lot of races.
I think Brutus and Rukas are just essentially the same person. I genuinely am of the opinion that they are basically just the same person masqueraded in a different name.
Look at this now, actually. We're going to stick with this battle. Alessandro, 6 seconds away from Tracer now. From 45, 46 seconds at the start of the stint?
Yeah, it was. It was quite a heavy distance. It was about 45 seconds there.
Look at this. Alessandro has a bucket load of fuel. Tracer's almost empty. So Tracer's coming into the pit soon, and he's going to surrender this position to Alessandro.
It's interesting because I think he might be going to another set of medium tyres when he goes and surrenders that. Because he'll go on to the mediums to the end. That might be a penalty. I don't know if that was wide. It was close if it's not. It looked like he might have survived it. He has survived,
yeah, he has survived it.
I am very surprised that.
This will be his in-lap as well, for sure, because he's in the red already.
Yeah.
And Alessandro flashing his... Why is he flashing his lights? Sure. Does he know that he's on stream or something, so he's flashing? or is he trying to distract Tracer because he knows he's not that far ahead? He's like, I'm coming for you, I can see you.
Even though he's bored. One of the two.
I don't think you can do 11 laps in the Ford GT. Personally, no. I think there's potentially 2 pit stops left for Tracer. Wide 3.6 behind Flash now.
Flash's fast couple of laps is Flash in the pan, realistically.
This Senor Fac's only 11 behind Mo Gaffer. Mo is behind Matteo because he's come out of the pits. He's going to have to stop again, but I think Fac's only going to have to stop one more time as well. So Fac could get P12, and Mo Gaffer could drop completely out of the top 10 and drop to 13th by the end of this, potentially. Mattheo's got a red bumper damage. He's just set a 4:05 on that previous lap.
Must have made a mistake there then. It got damage, and now this is going to be problematic for him.
Yeah, this is bad. He's got a few more laps out on track as well with this damage, and not look at this, he's not got any top end speed now.
Barely hit the 6th gear.
Yeah, he's losing loads of time to Captain Eli. Look at that.
That top 10 has just fallen by the wayside now with that mistake. What looked like a fairly achievable top 10 of that.
Yeah, he's already 3.5 down on his previous best after 2 sectors, so that's going to be a rough one. How's BX doing? He's nearly back up to a minute, the minute that he lost because he ran out of fuel on the previous stint.
Yeah, BX has it killed it off since we went back dry.
Yeah, back in the 56s, 57s. It's the 59s for Ruiki on the same tyres. Yeah, 58s for Viking, closing in a little bit. Viking's in the area now where if Ruiki has a mare and he has to pit again, Viking will overtake him.
Well, at very least have a go at it. I think he needs a couple more seconds to actually overtake him.
In comes Tracer now on this lap. With Alessandro very close now, only 3 seconds back.
BX would be a world champion if it was just Le Mans repeatedly.
The Le Mans series. Every race at Le Mans every week.
Tracer into the pits then.
So he's probably just going to have to bring it home in P5 at this stage. Let's see what he does. He's probably going to try and fully fuel. He would have benefited from being a lap down. Then he'd have one less lap to do, and it would have been a bit easier. Oh, here we go. It's definitely going to be 2 stops then.
I would like to point out that he probably should have just gone to mediums, because right now it might be a 1 lap down. BX is about 7 seconds behind him.
Is he?
Well, yeah, about
oh, there he is. You can actually see him.
Yeah, that's it. The 3:49. The lap time is around about the 3:56 mark.
There he is, just going up there. Oh. Yeah, he might be the 11th driver to get lapped. 11th team, I should say. Many drivers have been lapped.
going to be very interesting to see how this happens. So BX still has to pit one more time. We know that Tracer has to pit one more time, so that'll be interesting to see if he gets lapped.
I think everyone has to pit one more time at this point.
Wide is right up on the back of Flash. I think that was 1.6
Oh
seconds.
yeah, he's really caught up on this. Look at this. 3 laps in the 56s. On fire.
Yeah, Flash still has the fastest lap of the race. Oh,
yeah, he said that one fast lap. So he definitely has the pace, but it's setting them consistently that he's not been able to do as well as Wide. Like, even on half-worn tyres at this stage of the lap, Wide's still only 0.3 off his very best.
Wide have done a very good job trying to keep this together, and there's 56s 3 laps in a row. The question is he going to have enough time to keep this together?
Apparently, it's the other slipstream driver's fault that Matteo has damage. It's Fluffy Bud's fault.
That team has...
Maybe it's better to just have one team entered, you know? Don't forget 3, go back to 1.
If you were experimenting about quantity over quality, your experiment has failed miserably.
P8 is a bit in no man's land. Don't think he has to be. He has just set his own fastest lap though, so he's doing well in the 58s. Astro, 31 seconds behind Wide. Has to make another pit stop. Will come in a little bit later than Wide will. Wide needs to think about Flash more than what's going on behind him though.
Yep, 100%. Astro's not going to be a problem. Flash is.
Hold on. Matteo forgot to repair his damage in the pits. I take back what I said about they could be on the podium or in the top 5. Completely take back anything nice I said about this team.
That's twice. That's twice in this race now where Matthia's had to make a complicated decision. It really wasn't that complicated, and has failed on both of them.
The damage would auto repair if you don't click cancel. You have to leave. You have to not click spam the X button, which obviously he decided to spam, and then it cancelled out the repairing.
Ouch.
Apparently they're going to win the Nürburgring 24.
Yeah.
God.
I feel like this should become a bet.
Oh.
At this point. Oh.
Iggy giving Wide a little help.
That'll definitely help Wide out. It might actually give Wide enough to get by. He's going to go for this.
Oh, definitely.
I'm surprised Flash didn't try to close that door off.
So up to 6th place now for Wide. And he will pit earlier to get a bit of an undercut as well. So what's Iggy going to do to interfere?
Eli didn't.
Eli's in. That's brutal. Okay, Iggy unlapping himself. Round the outside.
Gets a nice little move on there. I wonder what the choice is for Flash here.
Flash has to pit. Look at his tyres. If he pits now, he might actually jump Wide in the pits because he's got way more fuel. Iggy's coming in as well for a third pit stop in about 3 laps. What's the man doing? It's because he wants to help Wide finish even further up with some more bump drafting. Matteo in to fix this damage.
Again. He's actually done it this time.
He's done it this time, yeah. Eli's now 9 seconds behind Seniofax. Seniofax 8 seconds off of Mo. Mo's actually set his own fastest lap at 59.5 as well. And he is in the top 10, but he's 51 behind Oak. And they're both going to have to make another pit stop as well. So I don't know where he's lost all that time to Oak.
Absolutely no idea. I also find it interesting to see where Mafia would have actually ended up had he got the 2 decisions he was meant to get right.
Excuse me.
He's obviously cost himself another 45 seconds in the pit here.
Yeah.
With the damage, obviously, not including the damage, the time he'd lost with the damage regardless, which is probably in double digits at the very least. But then also the rain, where he cost himself a good 45 seconds by not pitting, and then cost himself another 45 seconds by pitting.
So Iggy came out nowhere near Wide by the looks of things. Where's Wide? Oh no, Iggy's ahead of Wide, and he's got a half-second penalty. So whatever they were trying to do, Iggy's accidentally come out ahead.
He's not staying ahead.
BX is in. I wonder if he ran out of fuel again.
I don't think it matters at this point.
No, I don't think it matters either. He's going to have 8 more laps to go until the end of this one. He just needs to really avoid any mistakes now. I think the only thing that could stop him winning is some engine damage.
Rain. Oh, engine, yeah, more rain.
Wacky gonna pit this lap as well.
58.8 on the last lap on the medium tires.
He's not gaining any time, so BX definitely didn't run out of fuel this time round. Let's see, where are the battles? Wide is starting to catch up to Astro, but he's got a half second. Iggy's going to be helping him along. Actually, he's just leaving Iggy in the dust a little bit here, to be fair. Iggy's now at the back by 2 whole minutes.
I somehow don't think Iggy cares.
Definitely not.
14th or 15th wouldn't really matter to the guy. He just break with the
he's simulating a half-second penalty.
I think he's beyond board, and I'm not sure though.
Hey, he signed up for the final stint. Whoa! Don't be putting it in the wall.
Saved it. Biking into the pits.
Yeah. Alessandro with a 42-second lead over Tracer is about to come in as well. Tracer with just half a tank left. It is, yeah, pretty much. And Tracer's going to make another pit stop as well, but it doesn't really matter who's behind him. Can't tell. I think that might be BX.
I think you'd be seeing blue flags right now if it was BX.
No. Well, it ain't Well, it must be someone behind it. Lap down then. It's Oak?
It is Oak.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who's also going to be coming in. So in comes Alessandro to make his pit stop. Last one for NRG in their... I'm pretty sure this is their first 12-hour race. So let's see where Tracer comes out compared to him.
Well, he's going to be right beside him pretty much in this regard. 42 seconds the gap would have been. I'd be very surprised if it isn't just a couple of seconds that split them.
Very tight entry into that last chicane.
I'd say it was a bit wild in terms of the actual line he was taking. Alessandro currently going through the fueling, which means I think Trade's going to beat him out.
Yeah.
And he is going to beat him out.
So a little bit of work to do here for Alessandro.
Alessandro losing 45 seconds pretty much to the dot.
Wordle, I haven't done Wordle today.
And for those who are also watching the World Cup, Qatar's just got a 95th minute equaliser against Switzerland.
What? I didn't even know they had footballers.
Okay, sure, Qatar. What on earth?
Switzerland in the mud for that. No, Tracer cannot go to the end. He definitely has to pit again.
Good header as well. No. Yeah, Tracer definitely has to pit.
.2 behind to catch up, but Tracer's not pitting for a few laps, so Alessandro wants to get this overtake done on track, really.
We do know that he has to pit though, so we are expecting it to happen either way. Still got a couple of battles that are definitely going to happen. Flash and Wide are not going to be that far apart either.
And he's not really caught up so far on this lap. Tracer's Ford GT's holding out well.
Talking about Flash, into the pits he goes. He's 29 seconds ahead of Astro. Not entirely sure the length between Astro and Wide, so Wide actually should have about 15 seconds of an advantage.
Wide will be making another pit stop right here, right?
Probably, yeah. This will definitely be Flash's final stop.
Yeah, 56.5. Oh, I'm not sure about this for Wide then. Big weakness for the Aston. It seems to have to do an extra pit stop in almost every stint here.
Yeah, it's definitely not been the greatest situation strategy-wise today, and it's not had the greatest pace either.
Yeah, for sure.
Might have actually found a track with a weakness for the Aston. Albeit Wide then Auburn tried to set, well, it's already purple to try and set a fastest lap.
See what's going on a bit further down. Oaks in 9th ahead of Mo. Mo's still 17 ahead of Eli. Eli's 34 ahead of Fac. And Fak is now probably safe against Matteo, who's dropped all the way down to 13th now. And there's big gaps to Fluffy, and Iggy, who's having a bit of banter. Look at that, lap 15 to 5 minute 59 for reasons. So, yeah, flashes out on the fresh softs to try and go to the end. 13 seconds behind Wide. So Wide has a lot of work to do here. Tracer, meanwhile, struggling against Alessandro. Here we go.
Alessandro should be making this move fairly easily here. He kind of pulls out and, oh Jesus, backfire on the gear there from the Ford GT will make that easy in the end for the Mazda to make that overtake.
Yeah.
Not much of a problem.
So P4 for Alessandro. He's now got 1 minute 23 if he wants to try and catch Viking. That is a little bit too far. As Viking struggling to hit the apex there. Still going to set his own fastest lap by the looks of things. I think this is his first real soft lap though.
Potentially doing 58s before. He's 1.3 seconds up, so he's looking to try and break the 56s here.
BX 1 minute 7 is his lead now, so he's starting to build it back up again. Rowiki's fastest lap there of 56.3. So he's got it in him. It's just taken a long time to find it.
It's taken a long time to get up to speed. Definitely at the pace.
Can you check on Oak? Oak is P9, 7 minutes 55 off the lead. A little bit in no man's land. Comfortably ahead of Mo Gaffer. Doesn't have to pit again. Mo does have to pit again. So where is the closeness? Fish is actually closing in on Wide a little bit as well. No one's close to each other officially.
No. It's very much drawing to a, well, anticlimactic halt.
What we would love, honestly, might have to start scheduling some rain in the final stint. Why not?
Turn the rain into the guaranteed wet stint.
Exactly. Riki about to put a lap on Senor Fak. And Tracer trying to keep up with Alessandro. Back into the 4 minutes for Tracer. About 3 seconds slower than Alessandro that lap. They have Wide. Another solid 56. With Flash with a half-second penalty. This is probably...
It just went into the pit not long ago.
Flash.
First lap after the pits.
Yeah, and Wide has to make another pit stop as well.
So Flash is going to have Wide quite handedly here.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of strategy is going on in Aero GT, but I feel like they've gone the wrong way on strategy every time in terms of the number of pit stops they're deciding to do.
Just up and down the list.
Mo Gaffer in. will drop him out the top 10. Eli might actually finish in the top 10 here.
For the team that qualified last, that'd be a sneaky success.
Definitely.
I think.
Let's see if Fak can actually get past Mo as well. He's not a million miles away from it. Yeah, BX has just set a 54.9, by the way, which is definitely the quickest lap of the race.
That is absolutely just flat out ridiculous.
Can you even be arsed after this many hours of driving to set that lap?
Apparently BX can. Done 9 hours and he is just absolutely levering everybody in the drive.
Yeah. So Fak and Mo towards the end. Fak is on softs and Mo's on mediums. There's only a 5-second difference between them. I think that's going to come down really quickly.
Yeah, Mo is going to be under some serious threat from Senior Fak toward the end of this one. Mediums to the end for Mo as well. If Senior Fak should be able to blitz him quite quickly.
You'd think. So I think everyone's made the last stop apart from Wide.
Yeah, who should be coming in the next lap or so. And that will be where we are expected to be at the end of this race.
Plus 10 kg to BX. Honestly, that should be a feature where like the host can add ballast to people. That would make our endurance series and stuff like that a lot more interesting anyway, where you've got people from every kind of tier competing. All this.
That is true. Would definitely level out the playing field just a little bit.
Custom Bob. I don't trust Custom Bob because I don't trust people to actually apply the correct settings.
I was about to say that requires people actually listening to you, and they don't. I should know. I run the tournaments, and no one listens to me.
Right, how many laps left? BX has only 4 laps left. Trace has come in for his final pit stop. Are you really surprised, Pyro?
No. Nothing in my voice indicated surprise.
Right, 4 laps to go. There's 12 hours. BX has a 1:10 lead over Wacky, who himself has kept that 45-second gap to Viking pretty steady for a lot of this stint. Alessandro looking really solid to get that P4 because Trace has just come out of the pits from his final stop to do the last 4 laps on a fresh set of softs. Trying to beat that 59 that he set as his own fastest lap. Wide will still have to come in. He's got 13 seconds on Flash, who's got himself another half-second penalty, by the way. But I think that extra pit stop's going to condemn Wide to actually finishing in 7th. Maybe even 8th, because Astro's not a million miles away.
It might condemn
28, 38,
Astro.
40. There's a 42 seconds between Wide and Astro. So Astro should technically... it'll be close, because Wide doesn't need to put in much fuel.
Does it go back to Wide 1 second? Yeah, he's definitely still got a pit. Was trying to figure out whether or not he could do 4 laps, but he definitely can't. So he definitely cannot do the 4 laps, so it's going to be fairly interesting. to see where he's going to come out here. How much in, and see if Astro can take a little bit of a sneak in at the end of this one and somehow end in the top half after what has been a very dismal race in that SLS.
Is he coming in now? Nope, one more. Could technically do 2 more, but no, you can't do any more than that. Maybe you can't do 2 more.
Intrigued. Is he gonna go right to the end of that fuel tank?
He is, yeah. I don't know. Very strange. Very strange strategy. I don't know if they got the fuel wrong or if it was intentional. I don't think it's intentional though, because why would you just do 4 laps? Well, 3 laps at the end now. Well, actually, less, because how many laps down is Wide? He's one lap down, so he's going to end at the end of lap 28.
Yeah. Yeah, he is.
But he's still got to do lap 25, lap 26, lap 27. He's still got to do 4 more laps though, and he doesn't have 4 laps worth of fuel.
No, he absolutely doesn't have 4 laps worth of fuel. He's got barely a quarter tank. I don't understand the plan here.
Oak's just at his fastest lap, 55.9. So he's on form at the end of this one. However, still in no man's land. Still on for a solid 9th. Eli comfortably ahead of Mo by 20 seconds. Mo and Fak are really close together. Let's see. Oh, and Mo's gone too deep. We're just gifting that position. Senor Fak. The 2 advantages are going to have a little drag race, but the advantage is definitely with Fak.
Yeah, all the way down towards Indianapolis. If I'm Mo, I'm actually tucking back in behind Fak here and trying to go and trying to get a little bit of slipstream to slingshot myself into Indianapolis.
Now we're going to see who's got the lower downforce between them, but I think Mo just lifted slightly to actually get behind Fak.
If you're going to do that, you should have done that. I don't know,
at the start of the straight?
Right at the back of the straight. Like, that's a questionable decision-making choice there. If you're going to do that, you've got to do that early. You've got to commit to that decision. As soon as you realise it's too late, it's too late. Oh, it just about saved it. Just about saved it. But yeah, when you realise that it's too late to make that decision, you can't then go and make that decision because it's clearly not going to work.
Yeah. So Wide in the red now on his fuel. Don't know what he's planning. Iggy's not really been able to help him out as well because that Viper just can't keep up. And Fak already leaving Mo a little bit in the dust here.
Absolutely.
What's happening right at the back? So we got Iggy, a minute behind Fluffy, who's 3 minutes and 41 seconds behind Math, who himself is 16 behind Mo Gaffer now.
He realistically cost himself a chance at the top 10 when he just flat out forgot to fix his damage.
Yeah. Oh, he's coming in.
He's coming in now.
Maybe he's going to try and get the fastest lap.
He's also, quite frankly, Matthew, has cost himself, when we're putting the maths together, 2.5 to 3 minutes worth of bad decisions over, well, main 2 bad decisions that he's made over his 3 stints.
Yeah.
Would have put him in and around where Astro is. So Wide's got to come in now.
Wide has to come in.
There is no way he's getting to the end here on what he's got. So he's got to come in, and there you go. That's him diving into the pits for the final time.
Did Iggy follow him in? That's the question. Iggy did follow him in. Right, so Flash is going to overtake him quite comfortably here and should easily finish in P6 as a result.
Yeah. Going to solidify that P6 for FGR in the end.
Astro, I don't know.
This is the interesting part.
Because this is a splash and dash for wide, so it's not going to lose too much time on the refueling side. Wide's already on the exit. And Iggy has jumped him a little bit and then just lets him pass straight away. But look at that, 23 seconds he's got to try and find to flash. But he is comfortably ahead of Astro at least.
Just one more for the road.
Hey, whatever. This fucking day. I'm going to force him to change it.
Oh god. Yeah, Astro 6 seconds is probably too far away now to actually do anything about it.
So Wide's obviously gone for the soft, and then a really short medium stint to finish off with. As he gets the bump draft of all time from Iggy there.
Why is Iggy round?
I just heard a crash.
Is Iggy okay?
No.
Oh, he's avoiding wide. He's killed himself to avoid wide.
This is one of the performances of all time for Iggy.
It's certainly one of the performances of all time. That is for certain.
Let's see how much time he's lost on this stint so far. So Rich was 10 minutes 45 behind. So Iggy's lost 4 minutes in less than 2 hours.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I guess that's why he put himself not in the first team.
Just so he can mess about if it wasn't going well.
Well, there's messing about, but he's also made his own mistakes.
Elsewhere, looks like the top 5 is very much set.
Yep, Tracer now 52 seconds behind Alessandro. Did set his own fastest lap though with a 59 flat there. We got to see him in the 58s before the end. Senor Fak now 13, well, make that 12 seconds behind Eli. He's left it a little bit too late, but Eli's tyres might actually go off before the end. BX is on the penultimate lap. Which means these guys are, well, he's got a half second, never mind.
It just means Senor Fak is a little bit too late.
Yeah, too late. Eli's going to wrap up this P10. We're going to see 2 Queen's Head teams in the top 10, including Viking on the podium. T3 is going to finish in the top 10 again. 2 of the Aero teams will be in the top 10, including a P2. But this will be the first race that Aero GT don't actually win. We've got FGR getting another solid result. Unfortunate for them with the disconnect. AHR is probably their best result. I can't remember what their other results were, but I think P5 might be the highest. NRG's first race ending in a P4. And Project Platypus going to be back on top of the podium for the first time in a 12-hour race.
First time winning anything branded with Project Platypus since season 5
Crazy.
of Esports, I think it is. They never won anything at all, unless it's Lobby B races, which technically don't actually count on wins. So yeah, it's been a long time since anything Project Platypus has seen glory. And unless a miracle happens, they are going to get to see glory for the first time in a long, long time.
Yeah. Never count out BX doing a BX.
He'd have to do a bit of... I think he'd have to do multiple BXs in the same lap.
Right, he's starting his final lap. Another 58, solid lap. On very worn tyres as well. Oak right behind him. Wide, just bringing it home in P7 now. Just needs to avoid any mistakes because Astro's not that far behind.
No, he really isn't. 6.6 seconds.
That's
Astro
the
has done a
closest gap,
very
yeah.
good job. They have done a very good job, to be completely honest with you.
Oh.
After a couple of... he is now just parked in the pits.
That's a shame.
I don't even think... people are saying don't count BX out for BX. I don't even think engine damage is enough at this point. He's got that much of a gap. He's got 71 seconds. It's just all over the place. For everyone that isn't BX, who's just absolutely hit a different level since he went back dry. Almost through a generational choke in the wet, but has managed to survive that mistake or two in the wet. And made sure that he was not getting punished for anything going forward.
Yeah, he's made a few mistakes today, to be fair. But he's had unreal pace. He's obviously been the quickest person. He's going to set the fastest lap as well today. Couldn't do qualifying, but there'd have been a decent chance that he'd actually have qualified on pole if he had. And yeah, despite the mistakes, other people made more. Obviously, it's a 12-hour race, really long race. Mistakes that are obviously going to creep in. It's how you react to them and how you keep your composure. There was one point where he was looking really shaky, making multiple mistakes on the same lap, but kept his head down, got the job done.
Got the job done and then some. He's been an absolute... Well, his pace has been electric, and just the dry. And just the dry is all that he's needed. With a couple of sectors left to go as he goes through Indianapolis one last time. BX has been unstoppable pretty much since the word go. A couple of people around him made mistakes. A couple of people left BX's mistakes unpunished. But with a driver who loves them all like this, with the pace that BX has, if you don't punish his mistakes, he is going to make you pay, and he has done that in abundance so far tonight. And with a couple of corners, just the Porsche curves left between him and, well, Project Platypus Glory. For the first time in a very long time, we're about to say words that we haven't said since the year ended in a 5.
Oh, he's got a second.
Just to mar it just a little bit, but it's too little too late to put a massive end to anything he can do, because he just got the chicanes left, and it's been his day. It was always going to be his day, and Project Platypus have won the 12 Hours of Le Mans in convincing fashion, nonetheless.
Trace Attell crosses the line in P5. Solid for HR. Should be fairly pleased with that. Let's use next on the list. It's going to be Captain Eli. Oak's already finished as well. 8 minutes down in the end for Queen's Head.
second Queen's Head team in the top 10. Eli, despite qualifying in 15th, will sneak his way onto the 10th, into the top 10, and they will take that and run with that, I reckon. They weren't even sure they were going to be in the actual proceedings, and they've managed to get themselves into the dance and then into the top 10, and definitely didn't come close to ending last. They will definitely take that. Eli's going to roll around the final couple of corners and solidify that top 10 finish. We'll see, going through, Senor Fak was not that far away from him in the end. Gave him as much of the run as he could. We get also Mafio in the same boat. But his decision making has let him down so far in the last couple of stints. And then Mo in a 12th after he just did not get going. Iggy and Fluffy, the less said about their stints, the better. Viking also looking to try and come over in that final podium spot. That's going to take some doing to stop him doing it. He's flashing his way toward the line. Queen's Head, I don't believe, have been on the podium in a 12-hour race. They haven't been anywhere near any sort of glory since they were created as a team. And it's gonna look like they will finally step themselves on a podium for the first time as a team, and Viking comes over in third.
FGR going to be P6, the highest placed team who were a lap down. And apart from that, I think we might time out. Because Alessandro is more than 3 minutes down. He's 3 minutes 22 down. He's definitely not going to cross. I think we might just get Wide and Astro across the line. We'll wait and see.
Definitely going to be close.
To Wide P7. Solid result for the Emerald team in the end. And then Astro is going to take P8 in the SLS. Unique car choice. Did well to actually qualify it. And bring it home slap bang in the middle of the pack. Now the only person that we're waiting on is Alessandro, but we have timed out. So there's your results. Project Platypus are the winners. Aero GT P2, Queen's Head P3. Then we got NRG, AHR, FGR, Aero GT, and T3 in the top 8. Then rounding out the grid, a couple of laps down, we've got another Queen's Head. We've got I never learned the name of this team. Captain Eli's team. I think it's like CGA. Then we got Lost Tracking. We've got TBG in 12th. Then 3 laps down, we've got the 2 Slipstream Racing teams. Then we got Iggy for Aero GT rounding out the top 15 drivers. And that's it. That's your lot. 12 hours done and dusted. The third one of the year, the fourth one overall that we've done in ALR. Thank you very much for watching along all day long. This has definitely been the most watched of our 12 hours. So thank you very much for giving us your time. We'd appreciate it. And yeah, good luck in the new season.